Yo, what's up guys, it's your boy Sami here. Today we are gonna see, what if Sasuke is secretly a girl and likes Naruto, part 3. Hope you'll enjoy this video. So before we start, please subscribe to our channel and like this video. So let's get into the video. Sasuke awoke to find herself dressed differently from before. Instead of the black camisole and shorts Tenchi had changed into, she was now wearing a white camisole and shorts. "You changed my clothes." Suddenly, Sasuke heard a sound from outside, so she quickly got out of bed to take a look. When she got to the door, she opened it slowly to get a peek of what was happening outside. From her view, she saw Naruto's naked back facing her. Immediately, her face flamed. Why isn't he wearing a shirt? That's when she remembered that she had sneezed on his shirt and felt her face redden even more with her embarrassment. Once her face had cooled down, Sasuke turned back to look at Naruto again and realized that something was on his back. A tattoo? Curious, she took a step forward to get a closer look, but unlucky for her, the wooden board she stepped on was creaky and alerted Naruto. Quickly, he turned to see Sasuke speaking. "Sasuke, you're awake." Ashamed, Sasuke fully opened the door to show herself and noticed that someone else was with Naruto. Hinata. Hinata smiled. "Hello Sasuke. How are you feeling?" Better thanks. I called Hinata here to help nurse you," Naruto explained. Sasuke nodded. "But why were my clothes changed?" "Oh, that's because you were sweating a lot, so I wiped you down and changed you." "I see. Thanks." "No problem." There was a moment of silence for a minute until Sasuke's stomach began to growl. Embarrassed, Sasuke blushed slightly, causing Naruto and Hinata to chuckle. Hinata smiled reassuringly at Sasuke. "Don't worry Sasuke, I cooked some food for you already. I'll just heat it up, okay?" Sasuke nodded and thanked her before making her way to the dinner table to wait and take the seat next to Naruto, but as Sasuke sat down, Naruto stood up from his seat. "Well, I'm going to go grab my shirt from the dryer and head home." Sasuke frowned, unhappy, but Naruto saw this, so on his way, he ruffled her hair. "Don't worry Sasuke, I'll visit you again tomorrow." Sasuke scowled at the blonde boy as she fixed her hair. Naruto just grinned and waved goodbye to Hinata as he left. Sasuke on the other hand was deep in thought. "I thought I saw a tattoo on his back earlier. Was I wrong? Was it my imagination?" "Here you go Sasuke." Hinata set down the plates of food and cutlery on the table, leaving Sasuke to arrange it herself. "Thanks again Hinata." "It's really no problem Sasuke. I'm just thankful." Hinata smiled, and Sasuke smiled a little smile of her own back at her. "I should get going." "Alright, see you." "See you Sasuke. Get well soon." And with that, she left. As Hinata made her way home, she felt a familiar presence nearby. "Get down from the tree Sai." Sai did so, landing in front of the ex-Hyuga, pouting slightly. "You're no fun Hina." Hinata rolled her eyes. "So what is it?" Sai took out a scroll from his pocket and tossed it to her. There was a sparkle in Hinata's eyes as she excitedly opened the scroll, but it immediately vanished when she finished reading it. "Why so few?" Sai shrugged. "Anyway, you'd better hop to it. Quite a few have a deadline." Hinata sighed and nodded. "Alright, thanks I guess." "No problem." In a swirl of leaves, Sai was gone, and Hinata continued her way home to make preparations. The next day, Sasuke felt fine, so she went to the training ground for her training with Tenchi. She was already there, waiting. "Hey, how are you feeling?" "Better. Thanks for taking me home." "No sweat, however, are you sure you want to continue with the physical training? You just recovered." "I'm fine really." Tenchi frowned, still worried. "Alright. But I'm toning it down this time. So today, you have to run 50 laps around Konoha, 1000 push-ups, 2500 sit-ups, and 1003 sit-ups." Sasuke frowned. "That's half of yesterday's." "I'm not going to risk your health Sasuke, now get moving." Sasuke sighed, but did as she was told, and began. Some time later, Kakashi came to the ground, surprising Tenchi. "Haddock-san. To what do I owe the pleasure?" "I need to speak to Sasuke." "About what?" "Well, I was thinking of asking Sasuke whether or not she'll still be interested in those fire ninjutsu lessons I promised her before. While she's still in the middle of her laps. I'll ask when she's done, and get her to get back to you." "Alright, thank you Tenchi-san." "You're welcome." With that, Kakashi turned and went back, leaving Tenchi to ponder. So Kakashi is planning to teach her fire ninjutsu. Well, it is her affinity. I guess it's no harm, but that type of ninjutsu requires a lot of chakra, so I'd better get her some soldier pills. If not, knowing her, she'll tire herself out. Once Sasuke had finished her workout, she once again let herself fall backward onto the grass to rest her aching limbs and muscles. "You alright?" Sasuke looked up to see Tenchi's angelic face looking down at her. "I'm fine," she reassured her as she sat up. Tenchi then took a seat on the grass next to Sasuke. "Haddock-san came earlier." "Kakashi? What for?" "He wanted me to ask you whether you're still interested in his fire ninjutsu lessons." Sasuke mentally slapped herself for forgetting. "Yes I am." "I see. Then you're going to need these." A small bag was dropped on Sasuke's lap. Curious, Sasuke peeked open the bag to see that it was full of pills. "What are these?" she asked as she took one to examine it closer. "Soldier pills. Specifically, military rations pills. These are special pills that replenish one's chakra and nourish the body." It's made up of powerful stimulants and nutrients, said to allow the user to keep fighting for 3 days and 3 nights without rest. Wow, but don't take too many at one go. It'll be bad for your body. Only in emergencies, when you're really out of energy and chakra. I see. Are there any other pills? Yes, there is the blood increasing pill. It's a pill used by ninjas to speed up the formation and increase blood in the body. After having lost a significant amount of blood in battle, a ninja can use this pill to replenish the blood, so they can keep on fighting. That's really useful, commented Sasuke. Aren't they? Smiled Tenchi. So you're giving me these to help with my training, right? Sasuke asked, indicating to the bag Tenchi had just given her. Yup. Train hard, okay? Sasuke nodded. I will. Satisfied, Tenchi got up and tossed another item to Sasuke. Here, these are the bandages you need for your punching exercise. Get to it. Hi sensei. Tenchi was very proud of Sasuke. Sasuke was a fast learner and a hard worker. In an all-out physical battle, Sasuke would have been a good opponent against either Tenchi or Kuma if they got serious. Nonetheless, Tenchi was very happy to see that Sasuke had matured a great deal since he had been transformed. If Sasuke was still a boy, he would have been too stubborn and arrogant to listen to whatever pointers Tenchi would have to offer. But now, he was a girl, and Sasuke had humbled a bit. She paid heed to her instructions carefully, and asked her for her opinion on how to improve. Tenchi could tell Sasuke respected her a great deal, and she herself felt she had grown to like Sasuke as well. Seeing Sasuke panting heavily, Tenchi called her student to stop and approach her. Quickly, Sasuke ran over. Yes, sensei. Tenchi bent down to Sasuke's height and ruffled her hair. Congratulations. I think it's about time I bump you up to the next level. When Sasuke smirked, she was finally advancing. Tenchi straightened her back and grinned. Next, we're going to work on you mentally. Sasuke stared at her in response, trying to comprehend what she meant. Work on me mentally? She asked, puzzled. Yes. I'm going to teach you medicine like I promised you in the first lesson. Sasuke groaned, but I want to learn ninjutsu from you. Tenchi was surprised. Why? Isn't Haddock-san teaching you all the fire techniques he knows? Well yes. Then, what's the problem? But I want to learn from you too. I hear you're really powerful. Tenchi sighed. Sasuke, in terms of ninjutsu, Kakashi is the best to teach you as he not only has the Sharingan, he is also a fire specialist, which just so happens to be your affinity, so I think your ninjutsu training is pretty much covered. Sasuke sighed in defeat, giving up the argument. Alright, fine. But why medical ninjutsu? How about weapons? Tenchi was losing patience, so she took a deep breath before speaking again. In order to use weapons, you need to be intelligent in terms of strategy, which medicine can help you with. It's not all about driving recklessly to kill the other guy, Sasuke. Sasuke frowned. How does weapons have anything to do with strategy? That, I will teach you after your medical ninjutsu training. It's important you learn medicine anyway. All female nins are required to learn it. Sasuke mumbled something under her breath that Tenchi could not catch. Irritated, Tenchi threw a scroll at Sasuke, hoping it would hit her student. But unfortunately, Sasuke's fast reflexes saved her. What is this? A storage scroll. Inside is a book on everything you need to know about medicine by Tsuin-sama. Study the first chapter. I'll be going through it next week. From now on, we meet at the Academy's lecture hall. Understood? Yes. Good, then I'm off. In a blink of an eye, Tenchi performed several hand signs and dispersed into several sakura petals, leaving Sasuke alone. Once the sakura petals had flown away, Sasuke realized something. How does she even open a storage scroll? Naruto was making his way home when he saw Sasuke walking ahead of him. Hey Sasuke. Sasuke turned around and saw Naruto running toward her, grinning and waving to her excitedly. The Obe greeted him once he reached her. Is it a storage scroll? Naruto asked when he saw the scroll in her hand. Sasuke blinked, surprised that he knew, and you know how. Hey. I'm not stupid. Countered Naruto. Sasuke smirked amused. No offense, but I seriously beg to differ. Naruto stuck his chin up, trying to look smug. Well, Pervy Sage had been teaching me seals. That's why I know. Does that mean you know how to open this? Sasuke asked, holding out the scroll. Sure do. Excited to show off, Naruto grabbed the scroll from her and opened it on the floor. Inside was a seal. Quickly, Naruto performed the seals as Sasuke watched on, her Sharingan activated. Finally, to finish it off, Naruto slammed his hand on the seal and opened it. With it, a large puff of smoke came about, and on top of the scroll, there laid a large book that read Guide to Become Medical Ninjutsu Specialist by Tsunade Senju. Hey. This book was written by Abe-chan. Sasuke's eyes practically bugged out at the size and thickness of the book. She couldn't help but think it would take forever to finish her medical ninjutsu training. So you finally started, huh? Naruto asked, breaking Sasuke's train of thought. What do you mean finally? Well, all the other girls have already started. Hinata-chan was taught by her mom when she was younger, so she's undergoing special training by Shizune-chan. Sakura-chan, Ino-chan and Ten-Ten-chan started a few months ago. Ba-chan found a lot of potential in Sakura-chan cause she was a fast learner, so Ba-chan took her in as a disciple just recently. Sasuke's jaw dropped. Sakura is Tsunade's disciple. It made sense, she had to admit. Sakura and Tsunade were a lot alike. They both had short tempers, incredible strength, and both had incredibly high IQ. Now that she thought about it, Naruto was being taught by a Sannin too. If Sasuke had succeeded in reaching Orochimaru, that would mean the whole of Team 7 was trained by the Sannin team. Maybe even become the next Sannin. Sasuke. Sasuke blinked her eyes and looked at Naruto. What? You're spacing out. Anyway, here's your scroll back. Sasuke was surprised. You sealed it back already. It's easy, just do the seals on how to open it backwards. Oh okay. Thanks, she said, taking back the scroll. No prob. I gotta go, I haven't watered my plants today. See you, Sasuke. With that, Naruto sped off, leaving Sasuke in his dust. That's the dope had matured too. Now, what kind of top should I wear? Midriff maybe. Ino resisted the urge to sigh. She really didn't want to do this. She wanted to work in the shop today because today was Naruto's work day too. Sakura had begged her yesterday for Ino's fashion advice, and Ino just couldn't say no. Sakura's pleading look was irresistible. Ino? I'm asking for your opinion here. Ino closed her eyes and replied, backless. Sakura looked at her in confusion. Huh? Honestly speaking, you have a nice back. Back? I have a nice back. Yeah, you've got good posture, and your back looks smooth enough to touch. Overall, you should wear a backless top to show off that asset. Hey, maybe if you show off your back more, you might just get the guy's attention off your flat chest and onto your back. Sakura's face fumed red. Ino smirked. She couldn't help it. That comment in her mind just had to be said. Sakura wanted to take the nearest object next to her and throw it at her friend until a thought came to her. Would Naruto like to see her in a backless top? The thought made her blush as she imagined Naruto gaping at her if she wore such a thing. What about bottoms? Ino blinked her eyes in confusion. She was sure Sakura was going to grab something and try to throw it at her in anger, but answered her question anyway. Definitely not shorts. Sakura frowned. Why? I've been wearing them for. You don't have the legs to pull it off, Sakura. Trust me on this. What's wrong with my legs? You would look like a slut anyway, wearing a backless top and shorts. That shut Sakura up. She could imagine it, people calling her whore if she wore such a combo. Okay, so what should I wear instead? 3/4 pants definitely, Ino told her, with utmost certainty in her voice. Any gear? Sakura asked. Let's find that top and pants first. The next day, Naruto had just entered the usual training spot for Team 7 when he heard his name called. Naruto. Naruto turned to find his pink-haired teammate running over to him. He waited until she caught her breath before speaking to her. Hey, Sakura-chan. What's up? He asked. Sakura grinned and gave Naruto a little twirl. What do you think of my new look? Naruto looked her up and down, taking in Sakura's new look. From her twirl, Naruto saw that Sakura wore a backless top, similar to the one she wore the last time at the hospital, but the shade of red was different from her usual. It was darker, making it easier for her to camouflage if she were to hide. Her pants were 3/4 long and dark green. She still wore her ninja headband the same, and the regulation shinobi sandals, and kunai pouch on the thigh, but this time she wore gloves on her hands that matched. All in all, she looked good. When he told her so, Sakura was elated. Thanks, but it looks like you changed too. For the better too. Naruto grinned. Naruto wore a black sleeveless top with green army 3/4 camouflage pants that had a lot of pockets, perfect for storing extra weapons. He still wore his ninja headband the same, and still wore the regulation sandals and kunai pouch on the thigh. Sakura had to say, Naruto was looking really handsome, until she saw his hands. Naruto. Why are you still wearing orange? Naruto was wearing neon orange wristbands. Naruto laughed. I can't totally give up the orange, Sakura-chan. Besides, Kakashi-sensei is just happy enough with the top and pants not being orange anyway. Sakura groaned. She hated the fact that Naruto loved oranges. It looked good on him, she admitted, but did he seriously have to use that for ninja wear? He could be killed if he got spotted. Sakura-chan? Naruto asked, worried when she stopped talking. Nothing except, Naruto probed. Sakura blushed, and in a nervous fashion, she began twirling a strand of her pink hair with her finger. I was wondering. Yes, would I? His pink-haired teammate asked in a rush. What? Naruto asked. She's speaking gibberish. Ignore her. Sakura turned to see Sasuke, a calm look expressed over her features, but Sakura could see the annoyed look in Sasuke's eyes. Could Sasuke maybe? Hey kids. The genin turned to see Kakashi walking over to them. What's up? Nothing, answered the girls. So Naruto, what time do I have to release you so you can get ready for your date with Ino? Naruto's face flamed red, and his teammates turned to gape at the blonde in shock. Date with who? Naruto couldn't look at them, so he looked down at the ground. Ino-chan asked me out last week, today's our date. And her Sakura was on a rampage, that backstabbing bitch. Sasuke's Sharingan eyes activated. They looked ready for a fight. Kakashi sweat dropped at the fuming girls. Now ladies, Ino did ask Naruto first, so alright goes to her. I'll kill her, the two girls said in sync, causing Naruto to sweat. You guys aren't really gonna. Too late, the girls rushed off, leaving the two males in the dust. Crap, they cursed in their minds before running after them. Ino was walking back to her family's flower shop after completing a delivery, but stopped short when two familiar girls came into view, running toward her. Once they had stopped, just inches before her, Ino frowned immediately when she saw the angry look Sakura and Sasuke were giving her. "What's up with you two? Don't what's up us?" yelled an angry Sakura. "How could you, Ino? How could I do that?" asked Ino, clearly confused by Sakura's words. "How could you ask Naruto out on a date when you knew I liked him?" Sasuke nodded her head in agreement before intensifying her glare at Ino, causing the blonde girl to roll her eyes. "Seriously? That's what you guys are so hot and bothered about? Oh Kami. It's only a date. Besides, it's not my fault you guys don't have the guts to ask him out." Sakura fumed. "I do too have guts. I was just asking him earlier." Sasuke snorted. "You were speaking too fast for him to even understand you in the first place, Sakura." Sakura felt her face redden, but this time due to embarrassment instead of anger. Well, I was just about to speak clearly until you came." Sure was Sasuke's disbelieving reply. Ino shook her head. "Well, since you guys are busy bickering, I'm going now." Ino turned to walk away, but Sasuke had stepped forward and placed a firm hand on Ino's shoulder. "Not so fast." Ino turned, raising an eyebrow at the pale-skinned teen. "Does this mean, Sasuke, that you admit to liking Naruto?" Sasuke felt her cheeks grow warm, but nonetheless answered the question in a small voice. It was only because Ino was so close that she could even hear her. "Yes. My. This makes some good blackmail material for me to use a familiar voice." The girls turned to the right, only to see Sai there, smirking with his back against a giant oak tree. Sasuke was the first to catch on, her face then showing a look of horror when she realized what the consequences would be. Sai raised his hand, silencing her. "Let's just go." Sasuke deadpanned immediately. "Go? Where do you go?" Sai just smiled his creepy smile at her, not answering her question. Sasuke, who just got even more annoyed, was about to yell at the infuriating teen when all of a sudden, a hawk, made out of ink out of nowhere, swooped down, used his claws to grab Sasuke by the shoulders, and proceeded to fly away with her. Sai called after the startled teen, "I'll explain things later. Be a good girl, and don't wreck anything. My hawk is taking you to my house." Sasuke swore loudly in return, but Sai paid no heed to her, and after a polite goodbye wave, Sai got on his way, leaving the two ninja girls alone on the sidewalk. "What just happened?" Sakura shrugged before lunging at Ino to get her payback. "Is it true?" Tsunade looked up from her paperwork to look at the young man who was sitting on her window ledge. He had onyx black eyes, black hair with bangs that framed his face, and a low-tied ponytail. He also had long, pronounced tear troughs under his eyes like his deceased father, Fugaku. "I see you're not wearing your Sharingan, Itachi." Itachi gritted his teeth in frustration. "That's got nothing to do with my question, Tsunade, and you know it. Besides, you know why. So your vision really is deteriorating?" asked Tsunade. "Unfortunately," sighed the double agent. "You should stop, Itachi. We can't have you going blind." Itachi didn't answer her, but instead he repeated the question he asked earlier. "So is it true?" "Has." Swan took a deep breath, interrupting Itachi. "Yes, Sasuke has really turned into a girl, Itachi. She is no longer your younger brother, Itachi. She's your baby sister now." Itachi was quiet for a moment, processing the information until finally saying something. "So you have no idea who did it?" Tsunade shook her head. "Not a clue. It's been months already, and the investigation has to stop. I need the ninjas for other missions." Itachi nodded his head in understanding, and Sasuke handled it well. "Not at first. But she's got a trainer now." "Ah, so she's helped Sasuke adjust then?" "Yes. Hinata has been a good friend to Sasuke." Almost immediately, Itachi froze. "Hinata?" Tsunade nodded. "Apparently, Sasuke is beginning to regain her memory as well." Itachi ran a hand down his troubled face, but said nothing. "The reason why Hinata is training Sasuke in the first place in order to kill you." Tsunade then shot Itachi a calculating stare to see his reaction, but all she got was a bittersweet smile. "Good, that was the intention all along." Before Tsunade could respond, Itachi performed several hand signs, and then disappeared in a whirlwind of crow feathers. It was raining, thus making it harder for teacher and student to run, but finally, Naruto and Kakashi had managed to reach Sakura and Ino. However, they stopped short at the sight before them. Their eyes widened, and their jaws dropped. Naruto was sure he was going to get a nosebleed now. What the hell are they doing? Naruto and Kakashi all stared at the sight before them with shock and horror, but for Naruto, sheer arousal. There, in the mud, was Ino and Sakura, who were wrestling, with their clothes torn and hair in tangles while calling each other names. God forbid, even though Sakura's top was absent, leaving her chest bare, Sakura didn't care. "I'm going to rip all your fucking hair out and stuff it in your asshole, you bitch." Ino scowled at her friend as she screeched at her friend at the insult unknown to the fact that her clothes were clinging to her like second skin, as she wrestled with Sakura in defense. It showed the curves and developments no one has ever seen. Naruto had to swallow at the sight of Ino's despite still in the developing stage, large breasts being smashed up against Sakura's back as she jumps on the commoner girl's back. Kakashi shook his head at Naruto. He was finding two teenage girls arousing. And one of the two chests was as flat as a wooden board. Has Naruto learned nothing from himself and Jiraiya's teachings? Suddenly, he heard a loud shrill scream. Kakashi looked up to see Sakura on top of a very red-faced Ino, holding up Ino's torn top in the air like a trophy in victory, whilst the embarrassed Kunoichi below her hand wrapped her arms around her chest protectively. Luckily, she was wearing a bra. A very sexy push-up bra, Naruto might add. Then, lightning was heard. "What the hell do you want with me, you creep?" Sasuke asked, glaring at Sai. Sai just smirked, enjoying the sight before him. Sasuke was bound by rope, tied to his armchair. He didn't want her running away now, did he? "Let's make a deal." Sasuke raised an eyebrow. "What sort of deal?" "I won't tell Naruto that you have feelings for him as long as you do one thing for me. Which is, keep Naruto as far away from Hinata as much as possible." "But why?" "So that I may be free to court her." Sakura looked up when the lightning was heard. Ino saw the lightning strike at the branch above them, and screamed. Sakura's eyes whitened, seeing the tree branch falling. There was no way she was going to get out of the way now. "Damn, you want to date Hinata?" "Seriously?" Sasuke asked, completely disbelieving what she just heard. "Yes," Sai replied with a firm nod. "I didn't figure you as the dating type," Sasuke admitted. "Neither did I." Sasuke glared at him, but Sai just responded with a bored expression on his face. "So, deal. How am I supposed to keep Naruto away?" "By dating him, of course," Sai replied, rather matter-of-factly. "But he, and Ino, Naruto doesn't think of her like that. No need to fret your pretty little head over it. It's just one date." Sasuke groaned, "And he thinks of me in that way?" "I doubt it. Maybe for now, but he will." "And how do you know?" "Because I know. Naruto, you saved me," squealed him. Naruto just smiled. He helped Sakura back on her feet, and Kakashi did the same with Ino. The two shinobi had reacted fast when they saw the branch about to fall on the girls, so they had ran forward, picked up the girls' bridal style, and saved them. It was then when Sakura heard a chuckle from Kakashi, making her turn to see her sensei patting a red-faced Ino on the head who was wearing his shirt. Here, Sakura turned back to Naruto only to see him holding out his top to her as well. It was then, Sakura finally remembered that she was topless. They gave a loud shriek before snatching the top, and quickly putting it on. Naruto resisted the urge to chuckle at his teammates' actions. However, his attention on Sakura was short-lived when he felt a familiar hand on his arm. "Yeah, Ino, could you take me home?" Sakura was about to protest, but stopped when everything became black. "Why not just tell Naruto you like Hinata? He won't believe me." "Why?" "Because I told those two that I was gay." A heavy silence followed. "Sensei," yelled Naruto. "What?" "I didn't want another bitch fight." Naruto facepalmed. Kakashi had knocked out Sakura, leaving her lying down on the cold pavement, unconscious. He was snapped back to reality when he felt Ino tapping his shoulder. "So Naruto, can you?" "Why can't Kakashi-sensei?" Naruto asked. "Her dad isn't very fond of me," Kakashi answered. Naruto resisted the urge to groan. Why wasn't he surprised? "Alright," Naruto sighed, defeated. Ino beamed, and just like that, the rain stopped. Finally, Sasuke broke the uncomfortable silence. "Why?" "Because at the time, I believed I was. I always knew I was different, and at that time, I found males appealing to me, so." "Okay. Stop. I get it," Sasuke yelled. She really didn't want to hear anymore. "So you're going to help me?" Sasuke sighed. "It's not like I have a choice, so fine, I'll do what I can." Sai smirked in victory, and took out a knife from his pocket. "Good. And don't worry, I'll help you win that guy's heart." Sai went over to cut the ropes binding Sasuke. Sasuke stood up, and wiped off the imaginary dust from her clothes. Thanks to Sasuke, the girl heard the black-clad guy murmur. Sasuke turned, and saw the sincere look in his eyes. He really likes Hinata. Sai saw Sasuke's lips twitch as if she was going to smirk or something, but what he got instead was a hard punch to the face. "That's for kidnapping me, but you're welcome anyway." Sasuke saw herself out, leaving Sai alone on the floor, groaning in pain. Sai removed his hands from his nose, only to find that his hands had blood on them. TCH, looks like she has Hinata's strength now. Sasayaki was not happy. A shirtless Kakashi had come on her doorstep carrying her unconscious daughter. He told her that Sakura had gotten into a bitch fight with Ino, upset that Ino had asked out Naruto before she could, which was absolutely ridiculous to begin with. After bathing her daughter, and setting her down on the bed to sleep, Sasayaki lay on the couch, and rubbed her temples, in an attempt to calm the growing migraine. She thought back to the shirtless Kakashi. He was broad-chested, and well-muscled with a very well-defined torso. Rin sure was one lucky woman, but what really arrested her eyes were the scars. Kakashi was covered in them. Everything from tiny scratches and small scrapes to huge jagged gashes. But all of those wounds paled in comparison to the huge burn mark located in the center of his chest. It must have been some fire. Even her own husband, Ren, didn't have wounds like that. A few battle wounds here and there, but still a nice torso. Not as good as Kakashi, but still a sight to behold. Ren, if only you were here to chase the boys away from our beloved Sakura, then maybe she wouldn't have become like this. Ino awoke to find herself in her pajamas, at home, in bed. She saw a folded letter on her nightstand, so she took it, and began to read. "Dear Ino, lucky for us, your parents weren't home, so there weren't any awkward situations. Also, Hinata happened to be passing by, and helped take care of you. I took Kakashi's shirt too so I can wash it when I get back and pass it back to him. By the way, whatever happened to Sasuke? She was with Sakura, wasn't she? P.S. Looks like our date is on hold. How about tomorrow? Let me know if you're up for it. As well, Naruto. Ino smiled. She made the right choice in falling for Naruto. Then, she lay back down on her bed and drifted off to dreamland, dreaming about her date with Naruto tomorrow. Ino had to leave soon, but the picnic date she was having with Naruto was heavenly. Naruto was great fun to talk to, debate with, not to mention laugh with. She was really enjoying this. Ino, you have to get going, don't you? Don't you have a medical class with Bachan? Ino sighed. She was hoping he would forget. Yeah. Naruto grinned. You wished it never had to end, huh? Ino smiled. Yeah, I really had a great time today, Naruto. Naruto nodded. Me too, Ino. He began to clear up, but Ino stopped him. Ino? Something wrong? Ino took a deep breath. Naruto, did you say yes to this date because you like me or because you couldn't say no? Naruto's eyes softened. Ino, I do like you, but not like how I like you, right? Naruto nodded his head, guiltily. I'm sorry, Ino. Ino shrugged. At least, my first date was a great one. So really, I have to thank Naruto. Naruto looked at her, seeing her obviously sad expression. Ino, do you like anyone? Huh? Is there someone you like? Ino asked. No, so you don't like Sakura? No, I'm over her already, and Tamari. She has a boyfriend. Tenten. She's got Niji. What about Sasuke? Are you nuts? Why would I like Sasuke? Well, your first kiss was with. That was accidental. That does not count. Anyway, Sasuke was a guy. I think it would take a long while for her to start liking guys unless she was gay the whole time. That statement made them look at each other before erupting into laughter. Oh my god. Hahaha. Naruto. What? Hahaha. It's very possible. Hahaha. It totally explains why she hated girls before. Soon enough, they calmed down. Ino wiped a tear from her eye. Man, that was good. Haha. Naruto grinned. He was glad he got that smile from her. He hated seeing her sad. Hey Naruto, does that mean I'm free to like you? Naruto blinked. What do you mean? I mean, is it okay for me to fall for you and make you feel the same? Naruto was speechless. Ino, I'm not that great. You are. Ino took Naruto's hand in hers and looked at him with sincerity in her eyes as she spoke. You kind, funny, sweet, caring, the list is endless. Naruto, you're practically perfect. But I'm not. You are, in my eyes. She told him. Naruto couldn't believe what he was hearing. In front of him was someone who loved him, but when it came to him, would she still love him if she knew his secrets? Look, Ino, he was cut off with Ino cupping his face and pressing her lips to his. She tasted sweet, oh so sweet. Damn, Naruto wondered if he should kiss her back, but he didn't like her in that way. It would have been wrong to do so. The gentleman in him told him to stand down, but the animal part of him told him to fuck it and just kiss her back. The girl had soft full lips. Ino pulled away before Naruto could decide. You didn't feel anything. I don't know what to say, Naruto said, honestly. At his answer, Ino smirked. Wow, I made the great Naruto speechless. I should get an award. Naruto grinned at her, distressed, forgotten, and laughed. Hinata. Hinata turned to see Sasuke running toward her. Yes? Does something matter to Sasuke? I wanted to know. Yes? Yes, how close are you and Naruto? Hinata blinked in confusion before finally smiling. Naruto and I have known each other since we were 3. Sasuke's eyes widened. I used to really like Naruto, but soon enough, I saw how infatuated he was with Sakura-san, so I let it go, and now we're no longer awkward around each other. I realized that I'm happy with the friendship I have with Naruto. Sasuke frowned. If that was the case, why did Sai ask me to keep Hinata away from Naruto as much as possible if they were just friends? Sasuke. Why did you ask? Then, out of nowhere, a flashback came to Sasuke. Flashback. Sasuke was on the swing, and Itachi was pushing him. In the flashback, Sasuke looked to be 5 whilst his brother looked to be 10. Sasuke-kun. Itachi-kun. The two Uchiha boys turned to see a small pale girl running toward them, her midnight blue hair flying in the breeze. She was dressed in a pale lavender kimono that matched her Hyuga eyes nicely. So you have finished studying? Asked Itachi. Hinata nodded her head excitedly. In that case, Sasuke let Hina-chan have a turn. Sasuke pouted, but I want to swing some more. This is Hina-chan's house, and you're playing on her swing, so let the girl have a turn. Sasuke frowned, but got off, and when he did, he was met with a peck on the cheek. Thank you, Sasuke-chan. Sasuke blushed while Hinata got up on the swing. Come on, Ida-kun. Itachi chuckled at her eagerness, and began to pull the swing backward. End of flashback. Sasuke. Sasuke blinked, pulled back to reality. Hinata's worried face stared back at him. Are you alright? I'm fine. Are you sure? Yeah, look, I need to go, sorry. With that, she rushed off, leaving Hinata alone, bewildered. What the heck just happened? The next day, Team 7 was called to the Hokage's office. Team 7, this is a C-rank mission. You are required to escort Prince Akira and Princess Akiko home. Failure to bring them back safely is not tolerated. His father is counting on you. Genin and Kakashi nodded. The doors behind them opened, and the set nobles entered. They had long, fiery red hair. Akira's hair was tied in a low ponytail, whilst his sister wore her hair down. They were dressed in identical red and yellow kimonos. When they saw Naruto, their eyes widened. Naruto put a finger to his lips to tell them not to reveal him, and kept quiet. They gave him a slight nod in return, but Sasuke had noticed this exchange. Kakashi didn't, and began to talk to the twins, telling them Team 7 would ensure their safety, while Sakura drooled over their obviously expensive kimonos. What was Naruto hiding? How does he even know these foreign royalty? Sasuke was determined to find the answers to her questions. The next morning, the team set out for the Fire Village, the capital of the Fire Country where the Fire Daimyo, the twins' father, resided. The team's mission was to escort them home. Failure to do so would mean major punishment. It was a long journey. Sasuke was walking behind the team, Naruto was walking in the front. Kakashi and Sakura were in the middle, and kept the royal twins busy by talking to them, thus leaving Naruto and Sasuke to their thoughts. Sasuke was trying her best to figure out how it was that Naruto and the twins could know each other, but she got nothing. Naruto was an orphan from a ninja village, whilst the rich twins were from the country's capital, which was a 3-day walk from Konoha. Furthermore, for as long as Sasuke had known, she remembered Naruto to be under the guardianship of the Sandaime and Iruka, who were always very extremely overprotective. Sasuke was certain they had never taken Naruto out of the village. So how would he know them? That night, Naruto was put in charge of standing guard of the twins' motel room, whilst the rest of Team 7 slept in the motel room in front of Naruto, making it easy for him to change shifts. It was just an hour after everyone had given their goodnights when Naruto heard the door behind him creak open. Naruto. He turned to see Akiko Haim looking at him. Haim, what's wrong? Can't you sleep? Naruto asked her in a soft voice. The door opened wider then to reveal Akira was next to his sister as well. We want to speak to you, Naru, it's been way too long. Naruto frowned, but please Naruto, pleaded the princess with her big golden honey-colored eyes. Naruto sighed, I'm your bodyguard, but I guess being in the same room with you is still considered guarding, I guess. The twins smiled, and led the blonde boy inside. The teenagers looked at each other, and almost immediately, a wave of nostalgia swept over them. Flashback, Haim-chan, Kukan, I'd like to introduce you to someone. Two small, fiery red heads looked up at their father with curious expressions on their faces. Who? Their father, who shared the same vibrant red hair as them, smiled, and took a step to the right, showing a boy who looked about the same age as the twins with blonde spiky hair, and big blue cerulean eyes looking at them curiously. Akiko blushed under the stare while Sakura stared back at the boy. You may call me Naru. Isn't Naru a girl's name? Asked Sakura. The blonde boy raised an eyebrow then. You calling me a girl? The father stepped in then, afraid of a fight happening now. No fighting on the first day. Akira frowned. Who's Otusama in the first place? Otusama. Your bodyguard for the year. What? End of flashback. Akira chuckled. I was shocked because I couldn't see someone my age and height could be mine and my sister's bodyguard. Naruto smirked. Well, I sure did prove you wrong, didn't I? You sure did, Akiko told him, nodding. Flashback. Naruto had just escorted the twins to the dining room for their dinner that day, but when a servant carrying the drinks passed him, Naruto stopped. The young boy's nose twitched, and he turned sharply. Stop. The servant froze, and the royal family looked up, curious. Something wrong, Naruto? Asked the soon-to-be daimyo. Naruto didn't reply. He went over to the servant, and snatched the jug of the tray. It's OLETT, stuttered out the servant as he watched Naruto sniff the jug. You're right. Naruto carried the jug to a potted plant near the doorway. It was a rather tall, healthy-looking plant until Naruto poured the contents of the jug onto the plant. Almost immediately, as the plant shriveled up, the royal family watched, shocked as the plant turned a sickly green then yellow, and then finally dull gray before finally falling, lifeless. You were about to be poisoned, Naruto told them. How did you know it was poisoned by Naru? Asked the twins' father, curious. Naru just gave him a smug grin in return. I have a pretty good sense of smell. The twins just stared at him. Then to flashback. You two stared at me as if I suddenly grew a second head, Naruto tells them, causing the twins to laugh. Well, because it was so shocking. Akiko replies before giggling again. Akira smirked. Actually, what happened next was more of a shocker though. Flashback. In a blurred flash, Naruto had tackled the servant onto the ground, but it was a short fight as the servant was a pretty scrawny fellow. Naruto then put his right foot on the servant's head, showing that he had won. Tell us what we want to know. Naruto orders in a cold voice. It was then, the royal family remembered that Naruto was a ninja after all, he was just a kid. Then never. The servant says, frightened. The next thing Naruto said sent chills down the older man's spine. I will stomp your head in 3 seconds, and squash it like watermelon if you don't bloody talk. I'll tell you you're everything, G. Naruto smirked, satisfied. End of flashback. All I could think of at that time was that there was no way in hell was I ever going to piss you off. Akira admitted. You had such a sadistic expression on your face, Naru. Akiko told him. Naruto just smirked at her, causing Akiko to blush. Oh, Akiko, your blush is as cute as usual. Naruto teased. Say how about, touch my sister, and I'll kill you, threatened the girl's brother. Naruto scoffed, like you could. The two glared at each other for a bit before finally laughing, and shaking hands. You should get some sleep, both of you. Yes sir. Mock salute the twins. Naruto laughs at the forgotten gesture before fist-bumping goodbye with Akira and kissing Akiko goodnight on the forehead. Although, her brother wasn't too happy about that last part. Naru chuckles, smirks at the angry Akira, and winks his embarrassed sister goodbye before swiftly leaving the room. Once outside, he checked his watch and realized it was time to change shifts. Time to wake up Kakashi for his shift. The next night, Sasuke's shift was almost over, hence she decided now was the perfect time to launch her plan. The dark-haired girl softly knocked on the royal twins' door. She did not want her teammates to wake up and find out what she was up to. The door opened slightly to see the male twin looking at her in curiosity. Is something the matter? May I come in? What is this about? Akira asked. Sasuke frowned slightly. She had hoped the twins trusted her enough to let her in at a request. I wanted to ask you guys some questions. What about? The Redeed asked, getting slightly agitated by the Kinoichi. I want to ask you about your connection to Naruto. Sasuke saw the prince freeze and knew she was on the right track. I'm afraid you are mistaken, my sister, and I have no connection to Uzumaki-kun whatsoever now if you'll excuse. Sasuke stuck her foot out, preventing the door from closing. I saw you guys exchange a greeting the moment when we entered the Hokage's office. Plus, how you are acting right now is just proving my point even more that you're hiding something. Now, tell me what I want to know. Akira clicked his tongue in annoyance. There was no way he could get out of this one, unless it all happened so fast. Akira pushed the door open, startling Sasuke who staggered back. The Redeed pulled the pale-skinned girl toward him and kissed her, hard on the mouth. The next thing the prince knew, he was on the floor and his cheek was stinging with pain. She looked up to see Sasuke, completely red in the face. Son of a bitch. Sasuke stomped off, leaving a smirking Akira behind. Good thing that worked. The next morning, Naruto confronted Akira about what happened last night, much to the Redeed's surprise. She told you? He asked in disbelief. Naruto shook his head. No, I heard. I was replying to a message sent to me so I hadn't slept yet. I see, but you know I did it only to protect me. Thank you, and I appreciate it. You should consider yourself really lucky that you were a client or Sasuke would have killed you on the spot. Akira smirked. Oh, I am. Besides, it's not like it was her first kiss, right? At that moment, Akira was shocked to see the blonde's ears turn a shade of red in response with an embarrassed look on his face to match. Naruto, you. Let's get moving, kids. Kakashi called. We should go, the Redeed heard his ninja friend say before walking towards his sensei. Seriously? Him and Sasuke. They were closing into the city, just a few more miles, but Naruto stopped short suddenly. Naruto, what's wrong? Sakura asked, worried. SHH, I think I hear something. Then it happened, a fog began to form around them, disabling their vision to see. Naruto wasted no time in panicking, and activated his demon eyes. The usual cerulean blue shade of the boy's eyes turned dried blood red. Naruto could then see the perpetrators, and recognized them immediately, but before he could warn Kakashi, the fog cleared, enabling everyone to see Itachi and Kissen. Sasuke's Sharingan activated immediately in anger, but Kakashi held her back. You, Naruto, and Sakura have to get the clients out of here. But, now Sasuke. Seeing that Kakashi was not going to budge, Sasuke scowled. Fine. Kakashi nodded, and turned back to the Akatsuki members who were making hand signs already. Kakashi lifted up his headband to expose his Sharingan eye in preparation of the battle ahead, whilst Team 7 took the opportunity to take the twins away from the area, and to safety, hoping that Kakashi makes it out of there as well. Naruto was leading the twins and his teammates through the forest, but he stopped short when an enemy appeared. Hey kiddies. How about we get this over, and done with, and let me kill you? Kissen asked, smirking. What happened to Haddock-san? Akiko asked, alarmed. Oh, I let Itachi have him so I came to take care of you brats. Now, suddenly, the sound of chirping birds was heard, and Kissen looked up, just in time to see Sasuke coming at him with Chidori. Sasuke's eyes whitened when Kissen grabbed her hand, stopping the attack, but before she could defend herself, Kissen flung the pale-skinned girl far behind him. The teens heard first a rustle of bushes, followed by a very loud grunt of pain, and then silence. Kissen laughed. Ha! That kid is never gonna get up to Akatsuki level seeing how weak she is. Whether boy or girl, that kid ain't ever going to be able to beat Itachi. He turned back to finish off the rest of Team 7, but Naruto stopped him mid-turn. The Sengen. Naruto, with his eyes blazing with fury, sent Kissen into the air, and several miles backward causing Akira to whistle. Wow, Kiko couldn't help but say no. But Naruto didn't hear her because he had run off to where Sasuke was. Naruto found her lying on the ground. He immediately ran over to her, and tried to shake her awake. Sasuke. Hey Sasuke. He heard Sasuke murmur something, and took her pulse. Her heart rate was normal, but there was no doubt that bones were broken. Naruto deadpanned until he felt a gentle hand on his shoulder. Naruto, let me. Naruto nodded, and gave Sakura the space she needed. Sakura closed her eyes, and concentrated on her chakra. Akira and Akiko watched in fascination as Sakura's hands began to glow green. Naruto held Sasuke into an upright position, so that Sakura could heal their teammates back. As Sakura healed, she tried to talk sense to Naruto. Naruto, you need to get the twins back home, it's only a few more miles. Sasuke, and I will catch up so. No way. I am not leaving you. It was obvious from his stern tone that there was no room for argument, but Sakura tried anyway. But Naruto, well aren't you lot in a pickle? Naruto, and Sakura looked up, and Naruto grinned immediately. I swear Sai, this is the first time I have ever been so happy to see you in my entire life. Sai rolled his eyes in response, don't get used to it. Kakashi was getting frustrated. His body was tired, his chakra was running out, and he had only just realized that he forgot to restock his supply of chakra pills. Not to mention the fact that it really annoyed him that Itachi was just standing there in front of him with not a scratch on him, and looking as nonchalant as ever. Suddenly, Itachi ducked, and Kakashi saw with explosive tags come his way. He too ducked, and an explosion went off behind him, but when he got up again, he saw raven feathers lay where Itachi stood. Bastard left. Kakashi-sensei. Kakashi looked up to see his student running toward him. Naruto. Where is? Oh, they're fine, Haddock's voice from above reassured him. Kakashi looked up to see his team, the royal teens, and Sai on a large white bird. They're safe, that's good. Then, everything went black. Sasuke Uchiha woke feeling groggy, her eyelids so heavy it was as if they were pushing her back under the covers. The dark-haired Kunoichi moaned from the tapping sunlight against her face, and wondered how long she had been sleeping. She wanted to yell at the sun to hide behind the clouds, more so she wanted to just forget the day before, and all that transpired. She unwillingly sat up, and rubbed the sand out of her eyes. When she finally opened them, she looked around the room. Am I in the hospital? Then, she noticed a mirror. In the mirror, her face was tired and pale, her hair was uncombed and messy, and there were dark circles under her eyes. Sasuke then combed her hair with her fingers, giving her a more decent bedhead look. She looked at her reflection again, and finally noticed what she was wearing. She was wearing a light blue night slip gown that ended at mid-thigh. This isn't mine. Before she could think further on it, Sasuke began to shiver under the cool morning air. Then out of the corner of her eye, she saw a robe that matched the color of her gown hanging over the bedpost of her bed. She was about to reach for it when Sasuke's ears picked up the sound of shallow breathing. She turned, and saw Naruto, soundly asleep. The blonde was sitting in a chair that was next to her bed. His arms were on the bed, supporting his head as he slept. Sasuke inched closer to him, careful not to wake up her teammate. She took that rare moment of Naruto asleep to study him. The boy was defenseless, his expression peaceful. Naruto's hair was glowing a brilliant gold under the glaring sunlight, and before Sasuke could stop herself, she ran her fingers through his golden blonde locks. Surprisingly, it was rather soft considering how spiky the boy's hair was. But what happened next shocked the dark-haired teen even more. As Sasuke continued running her hand through his hair, she was certain she heard purring. She bit her lip to prevent herself from laughing. Naruto was purring, like a cat. It was then when Sasuke's eyes fell upon Naruto's cheeks where his whisker-like marks were. Maybe Naruto is secretly part cat. It could explain why he and Kiba never got along. Unable to help herself, Sasuke touched Naruto's whisker marks with trembling fingertips. She took a deep breath to calm herself, and curiously began to trace the whisker marks with feather-like caress, to avoid waking him up. As she continued, she noticed Naruto's nose twitching irritably. Oh boy, this guy really is like a cat. Sasuke couldn't help herself, she giggled. I wonder what would happen if I poked him. Would he swat her hand away like a cat would? When Sasuke looked back at Naruto, she found that he was awake. One eye was opened, looking at her. Sasuke froze. She did not expect Naruto to wake up. She always thought of him to be a heavy sleeper. Naruto looked at Sasuke curiously, wondering exactly why she was touching him in sleep. Were the meds Sakura prescribed to her causing Sasuke to do random things? He rose up from his sleeping position, and leaned back in his chair, still maintaining eye contact with his albino teammate. He noticed that she had inched herself backward a bit. He wasn't sure whether it was because she was feeling awkward to be found out or embarrassed by what she had done. Lucky for her, Naruto decided not to press her about it. She looked uncomfortable as it is. Morning, he greeted in his morning hoarse voice, still sleepy. Morning. Sasuke responded, uneasily. Was he even aware of what I did or was he half asleep? How are you feeling? Sasuke blinked, realizing Naruto was talking to her again. Kind of lightheaded, and a little stiff at the neck, but I had a good rest. Good, that's good. Naruto says, slowly forming a smile. He was still very sleepy. So we're at a hospital then? Sasuke asks, looking around. No, we're at the palace infirmary. Naruto clarified. Sasuke blinked. Why would the palace need an infirmary? Well, the family has been through a lot of assassination attempts, so it makes sense for them to have a medical facility on standby. How do you know they had a lot of assassination attempts? Sasuke asked. Naruto froze for a second before smoothly replying. Surely a rich king like him has had death threats. Is it really surprising? Before Sasuke could reply, a voice interrupted. Sasuke. There was a flash of pink, and then Sasuke found himself gloved by Sakura. I'm so glad you're okay. As Sakura, can't be breathed. Sakura let go with a gasp, and apologized to her teammate profusely, whilst Naruto chuckled as he watched Sasuke's face turn from blue slowly back to white. You okay, Sasuke? Naruto asked, still laughing. Sasuke glared at him in response, seeing Naruto's mirth at her situation. So she's finally awake. Sasuke turned then, and her jaw dropped. What the fuck was Sai wearing? Sai wore all black. Sai's outfit consisted of a high-collared midriff shirt which had a long right sleeve, and a shirt left sleeve, black pants, shinobi sandals, and gloves with his index and thumb fingers exposed, to facilitate the use of his drawing-based techniques Naruto knew. Naruto was accustomed to Sai's habits, they did grow up together after all. He wore a short black jacket with red straps as customary of all root members, to most likely show his allegiance to the organization, but Sasuke didn't know that, she just found it odd looking. On his back, he carried a tipless stamp on his back, and a small backpack which Naruto knew had Sai's brush, scrolls, and ninja ink inside. It's rude to stare, you know. Sai told her with an irritated tone in his voice. Sasuke gave him an incredulous look. Do you even own a mirror? Has anybody even told you how ridiculous you look in that midriff shirt? Naruto bit his lip. He had to admit that it was really funny to see the two argue. Sai smirked. This is fashion, darling. I know you're new to the whole girl thing, so I forgive you for this one time. Sasuke glared at him. Excuse me. But guys wearing midriff is just. I'm starting a trend and dealing with it. It's cool. Sasuke's jaw dropped and just stared at him. Suddenly, the sound of someone's stomach rumbling was heard, and everyone turned to stare at the source. Sakura blushed, her cheeks crimson with embarrassment causing Naruto to chuckle. Come on guys, it's time for breakfast anyway. Sasuke turned back to the bed pissed. She was cold. Where was the robe? Looking for this. Sasuke turned to see Naruto holding out a robe for her. Sasuke got down from the bed, and Naruto was about to be a gentleman and help her into her robe, but Sasuke moved away. What do you think you're doing? Helping you into your robe? Why? I am perfectly capable of doing it myself. Naruto sighed, he was only being nice. Why does she have to be so damn stubborn? He respected her independence, but he only wanted to do something nice for his recently injured teammate. Then he got an idea. He smirked at her, and moved his face closer to her, so that his lips were close to her ears. They were so close that Sasuke could feel his breath on her ear. If you don't, I'll tell everyone what you were doing to me while I was asleep. Sasuke's face turned tomato red immediately. She was so glad her back was to Sakura and Sai, who were watching everything quietly with curiosity. That fine. Naruto smirked at the victory, and helped his albino teammate into her robe while Sakura watched with envy, and Sai watched in amusement. As Naruto helped her, Sasuke felt her pulse jump as the blonde's fingers brush against the skin of her arms, as he carefully helped her slide on her jacket. Do you feel warmer now? He asked her. Definitely. Sasuke admitted truthfully as she turned around to face him. The long-sleeve button front robe Sasuke was wearing ended just below the knee, and hung loosely round her shoulders. Naruto had to admit Sasuke looked kind of cute in Akiko's clothes. Akiko was given the clothes set for her birthday, but she disliked blue, and gave it to Sakura, so she could change Sasuke into it. She even said that Sasuke was welcome to keep it. Light blue doesn't look half bad on her actually. Hell, it looks good even. Sasuke's stomach rumbled causing her fellow teens to laugh. Sakura grinned, and grabbed her teammate's hand. Come on. We're obviously both starving, so let's go. Time for breakfast. Sakura dragged the dark-eyed girl out of the palace infirmary, with the boys following close behind. Thanks for watching my video. Leave a like if you enjoyed my video, and also do consider subscribing to my channel for more awesome content. See you next time. Till then, sayonara.